Shout out Sam Vecini of The Athletic, and let's get right into today's video. The 2022 way too early mock draft for this year's NBA draft with the Final Four edition. Damn, Bennett, Matheran, and Jeremy Sohin have been just huge risers. But this is as of March 30th with what it looks like. So first off, let's get the Shade and Sharp question out of the way. I'm continuing to keep my Shade and Sharp radar on, and he's not on this mock draft due to the fact that Shade and Sharp's mother told The Athletic that the current plan for him is to stay in Kentucky next year, though I am cognizant of the fact that if he entered the draft right now without any college playing experience, he's still a top 5 pick, and most guys who are top 5 picks projected enter the NBA draft, so why would you pass up the chance of being a top 5 pick, okay? And also, Imani Bates is not eligible for the 2020 NBA draft because he's born in 2004. He does not meet the age requirement. So let's get right into it with the first pick. As of right now, it's the Houston Rockets. And this is why I don't do way too early mock drafts, because we don't know the order. But if the Rockets have the first pick, we're taking Jabari Smith Jr., the 6'10", 18-year-old man out of Auburn. And the reason why is he checks the box for most teams right now. He's a 6'10" shooter. He's a guy who averaged 17 points. He's a good modern NBA defender who can slide his feet on the perimeter and knows where to be rotationally. He doesn't turn 19 until May. There's no questions about his frame. And on top of that, he got drastically better through the course of the season. And through the NCAA tournament, he averaged 23.5 points and 8 rebounds and 3 assists. And the thing is, during his last 8 games, and the real question about Smith is how he went about creating his own shot, and he did that late in the year at a higher level than we all expect him to do. His development has been really quick, and I think teams would like to bet on that kind of player through, the NBA. At second overall, okay, the Orlando Magic have a pick, and this is where you could argue, is it going to be Chet Holmgren? Will it be Paolo Banchero? And I think personally it's going to be Paolo Banchero. And you're thinking, why? Chet Holmgren will probably remind the Orlando Magic too much of Mo Bamba. And they're going to be like, we're not going to take over Mo Bamba. So Mo Bamba, we don't know if he's going to stay. So Paolo Banchero, imagine him next to Wendell Carter Jr. I know there's Jonathan Isaac, but Paolo Banchero is the last man standing among the elite prospects in the 2022 draft class as he led Duke to the Final Four, a.k.a. it's been rigged so that it's KU versus Duke. I'm fine with that because I go to KU. Though, his game so far in the NCAA tournament, he's been averaging almost 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, okay? But Banchero has been carrying the half-court offense with his multifaceted game as a live dribble creator, both on kickouts and high-low actions to guys like Mark Williams. And there's been discussion regarding Banchero's scalability to winning situations, but hopefully those have been put to bed. His feel for the game and passing ability is terrific for a guy who's 6'10". I think he's a pretty easy bet to become a highly effective NBA player with all-star upside if everything comes together. Now with the third pick, it's the Detroit Pistons. I have Chet Holmgren sliding, and look, he was terrific on defense at most times, and the thing is I really think it's his body. His body's the biggest question mark. He has a body similar to Poku, who played for the Thunder, who went 17 overall 2 years ago. And the reason Poku was so feared for was it's the narrow shoulders, guys. Narrow shoulders do not help you, okay, whatsoever. So then at 4, I have Jaden Ivey, who was up and down through the NCAA tournament, but people keep comparing him to John Morant, but Ivey's a below-average passer, and he's more of a combo guard, in my opinion. I like him, though. He's going to go between the 3 and 5 range. Number 5 overall is the Indiana Pacers. They take Keegan Murray, the man out of Iowa. This guy is insane. I think he's one of the safest guys, and he's a two-way player. I know he doesn't make poor decisions or turn the ball over, but his biggest question mark is his lateral agility that was exposed against Iowa. Well, against Richmond for Iowa. So, there's that. At 6, Bennett Matheran to the Sacramento Kings. This guy was a beast, showing that he'll be a two-way swingman, wing player in the NBA. We're just going to start running through these because I don't want to make this a 10-minute video. At 7, AJ Griffin, the 6'6", three-point demigod who can fend anybody and hit the three-point shot from half court. The San Antonio Spurs with the 8th pick, Jalen Duren, 6'11", 7'5" wingspan, your typical rim running, shot blocking, jumping out of the gym, 245-pound, youngest player in the draft, Jalen Duren. Then the Wizards, Jeremy Sochan. I remember how to say this a while ago, but I forgot now, so tell me down below. Either way, Jeremy has just proven that he's a guy who is a positionless point forward who's 6'9", and he can attack bigs off the bounce. He can be the guy who is the screener or the ball handler out of ball screens. Over the last 8 games, he averaged 12.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists with 1 steal. And I think people are very interested in him. Then Johnny Davis. I like Johnny Davis. He plays hard on defense, but he's not good at defense. And he's a good scorer out of Wisconsin. At 10, I have him going to New Orleans. Then at 11, the Portland Trailblazers take the Australian Aussie, Dyson Daniels, who's playing for the G League tonight. He's 6'6". He's a guy who can guard the 1 through 3. He has very high level of basketball IQ. I think, what we've seen with the recent Aussies who's come over, they're good defenders, good passers. It's just the shooting and scoring ability you need to see. At 12, Mark Williams, kind of high for a center, going to New York Knicks. And, he fits the narrative, but I could also see them turning it down and trading down and trying to get a guy like Jalen Williams at the end of the first. At 13, the Atlanta Hawks, Ochai. I've heard, I go to KU. I'm here in Lawrence right now. Ochai, I've heard Ajbaji, and then Ababaji. I'm just going to say Ochai. He's 6'5". He doesn't have much shot creation, but he's an elite catch-and-shoot player, and he's an athletic guy who's gotten better at putting the ball on the deck and handling it. Defensively, he's strong and he's tough, but he's a hype god, okay? He only plays good when we're up, and he sucks when we're not up. Then at 14, we have Tari Eason, 6'8", to the Charlotte Hornets. At 15, Ty Washington to Oklahoma City Thunder. Then at 16, Malaki Branham to the Houston Rockets. At 17, Marjon Beauchamp to the Indiana Pacers. At 18, Kennedy Chandler to the San Antonio Spurs. At 19, Minnesota Timberwolves take Jaden Hardy. Poor man's James Harden. Chicago Bulls at 20 take Bryce McGowens. Very young guy, inefficient numbers, but he's 6'7", and he has everything you need at 19. At 21, the Denver Nuggets take Kendall Brown. This guy was a beast for Baylor. Memphis Grizzlies at 22 take Ousmane Dieng out of the New Zealand Breakers. He's actually an interesting guy who's 6'10", who plays forward. Dallas Mavericks at 23rd take E.J. Lindell. At 24, the San Antonio Spurs take Nikola Jovic. Then at 25, Milwaukee Bucks take Blake Wesley out of Notre Dame. At 26, Brooklyn Nets take Walker Kessler. At 27, the Miami Heat take Patrick Baldwin Jr. out of Milwaukee. Little project, perfect guy for them. 28, Golden State Warriors take Wendell Moore Jr. Perfect for them. At 29, the Grizzlies take Christian Koloku. That's interesting. At 30, the Thunder take Jane Montero. And besides that, anybody else is going in the second round. I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys, but peace out.